Yo, welcome back to another video. And today we're going to be talking about Ren Amamiya. I think I nailed the name. From Persona 5, or aka Joker. So Ren Amamiya is this protagonist of Persona 5 and the leader of the Phantom Thieves of Heart, and is dedicated to changing the distorted hearts of rotten adults who committed heinous acts and enter their places located in the metaverse to steal their treasure, the manifestation of their distorted desires, pretty much. He is accompanied by his teammates and best friends, Morgana, Ryuji, Anne, and Yusuke. Yep, I got that. Yeah, Yusuke, Makoto, Futaba, and Haru. And his real destiny, however, is a trickster. As a trickster, goes beyond reforming rotten hearts, and his real purpose is to stop the distorted, malevolent god formed by the masses from taking over the world, granting free will to humanity, and acting as one who will save everyone's souls. So, this is what we're going to talk about today, because I got a request to power scale this character, and where does he scale at. So we're gonna pretty much take a look at this, right? And we're gonna see like where does he scale at. And I'm very curious myself, because I actually enjoy Persona 5, even though it's a very long game, and I'm pretty much an idiot when it comes to that game. But I'll keep trying, and I will try to beat the game. I also bought Persona 5 Strikers. I haven't really beaten the game yet, or I haven't even tried to beat the tutorial. But hey, I'll get to that soon. So, from what I heard, is that Persona 5 Royale is pretty much an extension of the original game, and it's canon. So if that is true, then I will also go into that game as well, and actually power scale him from that game. Now, where do we start at? This is going to be one heck of a video, because I know like Joker has so many personas, as he is the wild card after all. And throughout the game, I believe he actually have multiple personas, because he beats them, and he pretty much he could summon them as whenever he wants. So yeah, I know that he has this kind of empowerment ability, because the power of the wild card turns bonds into strength, and pretty much is that he has this also has this third eye that is like a sixth sense that is able to see things that will be invisible to the naked eye, and even analyze the opponent's strength and skills. And with the third eye, he can also slow down the perception of time. So yeah, pretty much, yeah. It's just he has so many abilities. It's just so many to go over, that I'm going to go over the impressive stuff that he done, right? I'm not gonna go every single ability that he done, but I'm gonna go over the impressive shit he has done and the feats, pretty much. So yeah. Now we know that he has this fate manipulation power, because his presence naturally changes fate, and it's destined by fate as the trickster to defeat Yaldabaoth. Correct me in the comments. Yaldabaoth, and free mankind from his reign of terror. So Joker, with this power, is of the limitless possibilities of the wild card, is able to create an item that is powerful enough to define his fate and that of his friends. His persona, Norn, controls fate, which bonds gods who can exist in the velvet room working on beings with top 5 all causality. Or all causality. Yeah. Jesus right. I think I know it. So what is the top, type 5 of all causality, right? Well, I'm about to tell you. So type 5 is pretty much like causality transcendence. And this means that characters of this type transcends the normal boundaries of cause and effect existing outside the causality of the system, simply interacting with them, making nearly impossible. So pretty much, how I made that video about Altar, right? So Altar has this type 5. So pretty much it works on people on her level, per se. It works on people on her level. So yeah, pretty much, yeah. If you transcend causality, you pretty much you won't be affected by cause and effect. That's pretty much what it's saying. And like the outer gods from Cthulhu mythos, yes, it even works on people like the outer gods from Cthulhu mythos. So that's saying a lot, right? That is saying a lot. That is saying a lot about his fate manipulation, able to work on beings on this caliber. Now, as a persona user, he's able to affect shadows and palace owners who exist on a conceptual, on a conceptual level as entities, conceptual entities, embodying distorted desires, and are made of matter that defines physical laws, having similar physiology to personas who themselves embodies one's rebellious spirit or will power, pretty much. And he can interact with Yaldabaoth, whom embodies the mythos. And the mythos is a realm composed of archetypes and is the physical embodiment of human desires, and can damage Maruki and Enma, who gain Alabos power. And he even cognated warps and affects cognate warps and affects concepts and all of reality, which created from human perception. So pretty much what I'm saying is that he has conceptual manipulation, non-physical interaction, mind and soul manipulation, all at once. And the conceptual manipulation is a type 3, and the type 3 pretty much is so pretty much the type 3 conceptual manipulation is a lesser realist concept. And what this is that means that such concepts are abstract but do not govern reality. Instead, these concepts are governed by the perception of those concepts by sentient beings. Without the perception of other beings, these concepts will cease to exist. Such as these concepts are far more vulnerable, and generally lesser when compared to all other abstract concepts. However, these concepts are truly abstract, and manipulating the abstract concept itself is still conceptual manipulation. Similar to type 2, which is the type of conceptual manipulation that can obtain if the abstract concept itself is changed directly and not by indirect methods. For example, destroying all sentient life or otherwise blocking all perception, and thus ending all concepts of this level would not qualify, while directly destroying the concepts of this level and thus blocking all perception will qualify. So yeah, that's pretty much like Joker right now. I know it's a little complicated, but I'm telling you, it's just Persona has such lore that it's insane. All this lore. Now he also can interact with souls and personas that exist on like in the Velvet Room, and can also consistently exist in the Velvet Room himself, which is a non-existent realm. Yes, a non-existent realm. And he was able to retain his rebellious will and use his powers despite erasing, despite being erased from humanity's cognition. Joker was able to still use his abilities after his individually was robbed. So pretty much, what is that saying? What is that saying? He has a non-existence physiology. A type 2, in fact. And it's not, and this pretty much means he's idealistically non-existent. Because characters of this type not only lack a form of physical and metaphysical state, but they also lack a form of a conceptual level. Like normal voids, pure emptiness, or any abstract state that precedes or oppose all kinds of existence. So pretty much, he's just like Altar. He's just like Altar. Like Altar has this non-existent physiology, he does as well. Because he literally exists in a non-existent realm. Like, if you're trying to erase something existing, how can you erase something that doesn't exist, right? He doesn't exist, and he can still use his abilities. Now, I know that he can interact with souls and personas that exist on the Velvet Room, which is a non-existent realm. So pretty much he can interact with non-existence. And he can do this pretty much naturally with his equipment. Pretty much like with his guns, he can literally affect you. With his little knives, he can affect you. Any equipment he uses, he can naturally pretty much affect you with it. Because he can affect them with it. And he progressively gets empowered by showtimes. And they progressively amp Ren, bringing him into full power. This is only the tip of the iceberg, people. The tip of the iceberg of what Ren can do. Because literally, since personas and shadows have the power to affect time and space, and can create spaces that are in independent from the usual laws of space-time, he literally has personas that can literally have like spatial manipulation, time manipulation. So he pretty much like manipulates space and time with his persona. He can manipulate cognition through his desires, which allowed Morgana to return from being erased from reality, and was potent enough to, at the end of the third semester, to create a palace from his own cognition that would effectively warp and control. He could warp it and control it, which could survive the collapse of the metaverse twice. And cognition itself works on all conceptually, and is composed everything within reality and shapes how concepts are perceived. It is stated that a human's heart can change the flow of reality through sheer willpower via the collective unconsciousness. So pretty much what I'm saying is that fucking Ren, or Joker, however you want to call him, he can warp reality. He can warp reality. Like I said, not even the tip of the iceberg of what he can do. Not even the tip. Now he also has like I guess you could call it magic within the in the gameplay, because he has like what, fire, ice, lightning, wind, radiation, explosion, psychokinetic energy, energy manipulation, curse, darkness, holy light, um, and death manipulation, which all works on a conceptual level as they can affect shadows, and he can damage Alabalak and Maruki and Inma. And since it affects shadows that can affect on a non-existent level, it can work on a non-existent level as well. So all of his magic can work on a non-existent level. So he actually can interact with fucking personas and souls that could exist in the Velvet Room. Am I blowing your minds right now? Am I blowing your minds? No, nobody talks about this guy. No one does. That's fucking crazy. Now I have to do it. There's one video about him, but that's it. There's one video. What the fuck? What are y'all doing? Anyway, getting off track here. Let's go back. Now, pretty much if somebody tried to resist his abilities, right? He has a counter for that because he actively with break spells can negate palace owners' conceptual mind manipulation on palace owners' conceptual mind manipulation on shadows by talking with them. Said concept mind manipulation works on boss shadows whom already have insert resistance to it, and resisting mid to high strength augments, and said shadows appear in the Mentos, who after the events of the palace, they were all able to be affected by said elements. This happens through every arc in the game, and passively with his pistol and almighty spells, which bypasses resistances, invulnerability, attack reflection, reflective barriers, and attack absorption. His pistols can do all of this passively. That's like fucking. Oh yeah, like if he fights I don't know. Let's say if he fights Goku, right? He shoots Goku, and people say, "Oh, Goku's bulletproof." Doesn't matter. He could bypass that. He could bypass his shit. His immunity to bullets or shit like that. Yeah, it passes the invulnerability, so he could just shoot him in the fucking face, and it's over. I'm sorry. And not only that, like he says he has resistance negation. He also has durability negation because with elements and other support spells, which can work conceptually, working on shadows. It can work on other people's. No big deal, right? No big deal. And Joker ain't that strong, right? Oh, he ain't that strong. Why would they put him in the fucking Smash Bros? Like, come on. Now what? Now with his elements. I'm sorry. Pretty much he has other abilities as well, such as like status effect inducement, soul and information manipulation, and even sleep manipulation with this. And pretty much with his forget, if he uses forget spell, it literally seals away one's power, making them forget how to use it. So pretty much power nullification, sealing, and memory manipulation all at once in one ability. So, if he uses his sphere spell, sphere manipulation, and with all elements, I can't say this word. I'm sorry. Elements that works conceptually. They can also infect shadows. That's pretty much empathetic manipulation. With various heals and status on cursed spells, pretty much healing and purification. With the recharm spells, he could come back from dying if he does die via Velvet Room and being conceptually wiped from existence. Yep, come back from life. Personas like Rangda, yeah. Personas like Rangda and Bar Ong, I think I said it right, can endlessly resurrect. Endlessly resurrect. The fuck? The fuck? And these are his personas. His. They can endlessly resurrect. You kill them, they'll come back. They'll come back. Now with the Kunda spells, which he can use to debuff his opponent's attack, defense, and speed. So pretty much, yeah, that all in itself, he can just do that shit with his spells. Now he can passively with critical hits, actively with various support spells that can boost his attack with Kaja spells. So that's damage boosting. With guard, which has damage, covers elemental weaknesses and prevent critical hits. He can boost his defense with Kaja spells, so damage reduction spell abilities. With Tatarakan and Matarakarn. Tatarakarn and Matarakarn affects conceptual magic and physical attacks at opponents. Reflect conceptual magic and the physical attacks on the opponents, so they're pretty much force fields. So yeah, come on, y'all, come on, the force fields and all of this, come on. He can even negate force fields with the Tatara break. So yeah, he controls life and can drain life energy. Yeah, he can just do that shit and you suck your drain life energy away. Yep. He can induce death conceptually through instant death spells, and said conceptual death manipulation works on boss shadows whom already inherits resistance to it and resisted mid to high strength instant death spells, and said shadows appear in mythos who, after the effects of the palace were able to be affected by said death spells, and this happens through every arc of the game. So yeah, y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all Persona 5 fans, y'all know what I'm talking about. Pretty much he can manipulate death, instant death spells. Come on. He can spread diseases only curable through magic, pretty much. He controls the weather and can bring about natural disasters such as floods and hurricanes. He supposedly can cut through anything. Yeah, he supposedly can cut through anything. So pretty much durability negation. So if he can cut through anything, if this is true, let me know, fans. If this is true, then sorry, Destructo Disc, you ain't shit. Now he can move within mementos, which is a realm composed of the archetypes and that are beyond the concepts of time and space, and unbound by shadows who can have control over fate and probability. So he can freely move within this place. So pretty much that's saying he has type 5 of causality, which is causality transcendence. So I mean, he is like non-existent. So like, come on. Of course. Now he also has the power to view the past, present, and future as well. So like clairvoyance and precognition abilities. So yeah. Our archimancy, because he has a great control over souls of the dead, and he can drain people of their essence as well as interact with souls. Yep. He controls fate and can bring about great misfortune and vice versa. Probability manipulation. Inugami is said to able to possess people. So, yep, possession. Now with Satano, correct me. I'm calling him Sat for short, or Satan, because that's what it looks like. It's like Satano. I guess it's Satano. So with Satano, all previous abilities are on a far greater extent, because it pretty much amps his abilities. and he has the same powers and abilities as Yabba keep butchering his name, but on a greater extent. Now, what does this grants him? It pretty much makes him one with and was born with the collective human unconsciousness, which is pretty much aka the mementos. So pretty much he's born with it and he's one with it. So meaning pretty much he has higher dimensional physiology and is beyond dimensional physiology. And what does this mean? So what does the beyond dimensionality mean? Pretty much is a term referring to characters who are completely and utterly transcended to the spatial temporal dimensions, which is physically they're unbound by them on a conceptual level. Hence the ability to exclusively characters fall under 1A or higher tier. Just saying. Just saying. Now he also has other abilities as well, because not just is physically, and just, he's OP. So pretty much with this, he has non-existent physiology on type 1 and 2. So the type 1 is pretty much like material non-existence, because he characters at this type exist on outside the normal codes, both physically and metaphysically, existing as some sort of ideal or unnatural state as a concept. So pretty much he has both of these motherfuckers non-existent physiology. So pretty much it's like true non-existent physiology, if you want to say. He has abstract existence. So pretty much it's like he is the core and the embodiment of mementos and the physical, pretty much the physical embodiment of mankind's desires and composed of infinite archetypes. Yep, that's a mouthful to say. Woo! That is a mouthful to say. So pretty much he exists purely by abstraction, and these characters lack the true physical form, and is affecting them requires the ability to affect directly of the abstraction itself, because eventually physical manifestations are merely avatars. So oh my god, that was a mouthful to say. I apologize, people. I apologize. Do y'all need to take a breather? Y'all need to take a breather about this? Well, that's too bad. Let's continue. Actually, my throat kind of hurts actually talking about all this. So pretty much, he has self-sustenance. So pretty much what that means is like, since he has all three, so pretty much it means that he has the power to remove the need for bodily necessities and be able to live without the normal life requirements. Thanks to it, he is a being that can live infinitely without oxygen and able to survive the vacuum of space or the depths of the oceans and seas. And they can also have infinite stamina due to the fact they never get tired and can survive without eating or sleeping. So like something like Superman, pretty much. Now, as long as human desires him, pretty much, he will consistently be fueled by infinite immortality. Infinite immortality. He cannot die no matter what you do. And he can't die. Not only that, he's non-existent, but he's immortal. You can't fucking kill him. No big deal, right? Nah. Joker's not that. He's not OP. He's not that OP. He ain't that OP. Nah. No, pretty much. He has like since he's like he has regeneration, pretty much, which is pretty much like true godly, right? Because his immortality is shown by Alabalith, or whatever his name is, Yabdabalith or something like that, is more prominently shown to be able to apply to his generation. And most other beings in this verse are never noted to have such ability. It implies that his degree of regeneration should be at least comparable with that to the defensive thieves, who is capable of returning from being erased from all cognition on a conceptual level to the point they as an idea don't longer exist anywhere in the world and could be perceived and couldn't even be, perceived by mankind. This will also condolate with the shadows that Yah the Baalith scales through, which can endlessly resurrect, results into a never-ending struggle. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, good luck with getting through his true godly regeneration and his non-existent physiology and his immortality. So pretty much you just can't beat him, right? You can't. It'd just be a never-ending struggle if you try to. So yeah. Now, pretty much with healing, and of course he actually has that. He can heal. He also listen here, is capable of killing the end game phantom thieves that pretty much had not being empowered by the masses, and his destruction will cause the entire metaverse to be erased, which includes mementos. His destruction will also kill the aforementioned shadows stated to possess endless resurrection. So pretty much he can literally stop all of your shit, such as pretty much he can negate your immortality. He can pretty much negate your regeneration on a true godly level. So yep. And he can attack with the seven that pretty much he can attack with the seven deadly sins themselves, as well as interact with shadows, which can manifest in humanity's emotions and souls. Sinful shell is a bullet composed of the concepts of this deadly sins, and cognition works on the conceptual levels. Just saying. So yeah, there's some non-physical interaction. Just saying. Yeah, come on. Now, being merged with mentals with reality, and undid this in the bad ending. Yeah, in the bad ending, he undid it, pretty much. So, yeah, he merged with mementos with the reality and undid it. He undid reality. Just know. No. Now, of course, he has perception manipulation because he controls humanity's perceptions of the world and concepts, which could lead them to consider the metaverse infused with reality is completely normal. Yep. He also manipulates minds, memories. Yep. He can even seal off their memories too. He can forget and cause those to forget how they use their powers. So, yep. On a conceptual level. Yep. He could even seal away Igor's power. And he sealed the Velvet Room inside Mementos with distortions. Yep. He sealed non-existence inside Mementos. He can even send defensive thieves back to reality. Hope that goes gravity. I'm sorry. From mementos like Yabba Daleth has shown, and he can banish beings like Igor from the Velvet Room. As look, if he could banish people from non-existence, what does that say? What does that fucking say? Jesus Christ. This is pretty much he pretty much has all the abilities of Yah the Baalith, and pretty much Yah the Baalith has shown to do this stuff. So pretty much I'm saying Joker can do this shit. He can do this shit too on a greater scale. Then pretty much, yeah, he can even summon himself in the Velvet Room freely. Just saying. He has pretty much subjective reality, which includes reality warping, conceptual erasure, invulnerability, transmutation, extortion, excelling, law manipulation, and causality manipulation via cognition, which actively works on a conceptual level, which allows the user to accomplish things such as passively warping palaces, erasing beings on a conceptual level, become invincible, changing the shapes of these shadows, freely teleporting them, absorbing them, taking control of them, even make them go berserk, enforcing laws that restricted the tower's power, the target's powers, making it so that the past events never happened, and etc. etc. So, yeah. Now, we're gonna go through his resistances, right? We're gonna go through this because he can resist null absorb attacks and skills from personas and shadows where works on a conceptual level that entails these abilities. He can resist cognition, which considers all these abilities and all work on a conceptual level as it makes up all reality itself. And as a palace continues, the strength of the cognition and its effects will get stronger. Ren and the rest of the phantoms can resist its effects through their rebellious wills. So, what I'm saying is that he has resistance to the following: spatial manipulation, time manipulation, which including time stop as well, reality warping, subjective reality, fate manipulation, death manipulation, as well as status effect inducement, including mind manipulation, soul manipulation, information manipulation, biological information, paralysis inducement, empathetic manipulation, memory manipulation, power nullification, sleep manipulation, fear manipulation, mind control. Resistances, reflection or absorption to physical attacks, gun-based attacks, fire, ice, electricity, wind, radiation, explosion, psychokinetic, energy, curse, darkness, holy, light, and death manipulation, sealing manipulation. Oh yeah, sealing pretty much, not sealing manipulation. My bad. Conception and yeah, pretty much conceptual manipulation, pretty much type 3. So pretty much it has resistance to all of this. Now with Satano, that's pretty much his base form, pretty much like, pretty much basically he's normally has all this resistance. Now with Satano, was his resistance conception manipulation, more immortality negation, resurrection, regeneration negation. So pretty much resurrection and regeneration negation pretty much doesn't work on him. Like Alabadoth, who heals himself from the Phantom Thieves attacks, who can permanently defeat shadows, who are conceptual entities with the ability to reincarnate endlessly. So even the Phantom Thieves couldn't even really put this guy down entirely, because he could just pretty much heal himself. So yeah. Pretty much he has other resistances like magic, status effects, mind manipulation, empathetic manipulation, sleep manipulation, memory manipulation, madness manipulation, corruption, absorption, curse manipulation, death manipulation, durability negation, information manipulation, biological manipulation, pretty much, turning you to correlation, like, yeah, I think inducement, like Shiraki if he touches you. Paralysis inducement, physics manipulation, resistance bypassing, subjective reality existence erasure, BFR, reality warping, sealing, transmutation, body puppetry, power nullification, law manipulation, causality manipulation, fate manipulation, and even probability manipulation. So he has resistance to all of this. Yes, all of this shit. Now y'all know his abilities, right? Where does he scale? And this is gonna be a long video, I know. I'm sorry. Where does he scale? So pretty much, all right. So where does he scale is that at the end of the day, where does he scale? So, okay, let me just go over the things that he has done, and that will go, and that pretty much will go to the conclusion of where he scales. So, pretty much, he, alongside with the Phantom Thieves, he defeated Shadow Kamoshida, and Shadow Madarami, Shadow Kane Shiro, who are all capable of distorting and passively sustaining their palaces as when they would leave or die, their entire realm collapses, which have been described as a parallel reality to the real world, which is obviously a universe. Come on. And being other sustainable worlds of sustainable size, which is supported by the fact that Shido and Okumura, yeah, palaces are both contain countless stars within them, and Unmura's palace is in pretty much is in outer space, and defeated cognitive Wakaba, who is superior to Shadow Futiba, who has her own palace, which she sustains, and also fought Shadow Okumura and Excuberoto. I don't know. Pretty much MLD Ed, who also has his own palace and is able to one-shot any Phantom Theme member at this point. So, yeah. So pretty much, where does this get him? Right here. Yeah, I'm not done yet. You know what? I'm not done yet. Let's continue the other things he has done. So pretty much during the events of PQ2 is most definitely compared. Yeah, he's most definitely is compared to the Origin Bow and the Quintessence Bow, which are platonic forms. Yes, there are platonic forms and weapons that Yukari Takaba uses pretty much. And I can pretty much put this up, and yeah, you're pretty much gonna see for yourselves. So yeah, platonic forms. Now, he also fought in Lily, yeah, who fought the combined forces of the investigation team, Phantom Thieves, and the SEES. And he scales to the investigation team and SES, who fought Kronos, who created a realm where space and time are meaningless. Yep. He fought someone that fought the combined forces of these people. And he defeated Shadow Sai, yeah, I think Sai, and Black Mass, and fought Shadow Shido in defeating him 1-on-1. Yep. And then he could contain with even stronger Phantom Thieves that comparable to the events of PQ2. Yeah. If those Persona fans who knows what PQ2 is, y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know where I'm scaling him at. Now, he also fought with the Holy Grail and its true form, God of Control, Yaldabaoth, or yeah, pretty much, yeah, who embodies and merged. Yeah, bodies merged and warped and sustained mementos, and Lucifer even states that Ren transcends the metaverse and memento itself upon his awakening, which has been stated to be and acts as a collective's unconsciousness being seated as being the seed of human hearts, souls, which is stated to be composed of archetypes that created concepts from human thought and were in an infinite amount of, so which can create and encompass all reality, which Ren's transcendence to the metaverse mementos will include him being beyond the concepts of reality the archetypes created. And said infinite archetypes are in an ideal form that is stated to transcend time and space, mirroring those of platonic ideals within the verse. And Yaldabaoth, while disguised as Igor, refers to the events and story of Persona 5 as mere work of fiction to the player, and believes that he will bring forth the destruction of everything that will include the player. Yep. And he fought Justine and Coraline, in a very difficult battle against them to bring out his full strength up to until the third semester. And pretty much not even done yet, because he effortlessly one-shot God of Control Yaldabaoth with Sinful Shell. And Yaldabaoth even stated his power surpassed his own, and he's empowered by the strength of all 8 Phantom Thieves who are already compared to himself during the endgame arcs, and is empowered by the desires of the masses. The latter of which granted Yaldabaoth his godhood and strength in the first place, and Sentinel, Ren's ultimate persona, at this state was described to be a demon lord, those whose duty to punish naughty gods, and his bullet, Sinful Shell, is described to be so powerful that it can pierce gods such as the gods of control. And even before Joker and Saturn took in the power of the masses and strength of the Phantom Thieves, Morgana doubted Sentinel was even a persona due to how immensely powerful it was. Now, he should be vastly superior than when he fought Yaldabaoth, because he can fight and defeat Violet and Berserk on Cydrillion, Berserk Cydrillion, who is capable of contending with the Phantom Thieves after they fought Yaldabaoth and strengthen their wheels of rebellion. It is able to fight against La Vinca and Josie, who can fight the entire Phantom Thieves even after awakening their third tier personas, and alongside with other Phantom Thieves who could defeat Takuto and Azeroth. Yes, Azeroth. And he could defeat his ultimate persona, Adam, and using the apex of his power when no longer holding back in collective terms, and has been stronger if Joker and Oracle has contribute to the clash. And was stated that Mukuri, after this fight, was, if he were to fight them again, he would surely lose. And Mukuri himself inherited the power of the masses, which is that what granted Yaldabaoth his power in the first place, essentially taking over his place as the god of control, and was going to overwrite and warp all of existence with his cognition and refuse mementos with reality. And like Yaldabaoth would have done, he stated to be far beyond any target the Phantom Thieves have faced it, and placing him above like Yaldabaoth, having to be their strongest villain to ever take on. So yeah. And after defeating Maraki, he gained the world Arcania, I think, which is explained to give Joker the willpower to be unfazed by any opponent, and is stated to fuel the power of other members of the team's wills and hopes. And as you know, pretty much that as long as he has it, he won't be alone, making Joker vastly superior than the likes of Takuto, and his cognition palace was able to survive the destruction of the metaverse twice, making the power over cognition stronger than Mukuri and Yaldabaoth's, and those two cognitive worlds was bound and dependent on the metaverse. Yes, so pretty much his palace, his own cognitions, pretty much transcends the metaverse. So yeah, warping reality. This is what I'm talking about. He's warping reality that transcends the fucking metaverse, and he is enormously more powerful than he ever was before. And he fought the Monarchs alongside with other Phantom Thieves such as Mad Rabbit Alice, Nightmare Dragon Ango, Empress Mariko, and Okinawa's Lockkeeper, who can contend with the team who are just as strong, if not stronger, than they were during the events of Royale and in-game arcs, and need to use outside surrounding weapons to truly defeat them. So, you know what, y'all? I think y'all get the premise of what I'm trying to say here. I think you do. I think you fucking do. Like, I think y'all get the premise of what I'm trying to say. Now, what about his speed? No, okay, so he can consistently move in the mementos, which is stated to be a collective unconsciousness, which is a realm of composed of infinite archetypes that is stated to be transcendent of time and space, and pretty much being ideal forms of created concepts and be akin to and consistently portray as platonic forms that can boost his speed, and with his pretty much his spells, he is irrelevant to beings who can keep up with attacks. He's relative to beings, my bad, to keep up with attacks from the Quentin's bow and the origin bow, which are platonic forms, and is on par with C's and investigation team members who can compare to the events of PQ2, being able to keep up and fight with Shadow Leviathan, Black Mass, and Shadow Masayoshi, and can boost his speed with pretty much the two spells. He's even faster than before, being able to fight Justine and Coraline, and was able to keep up with the Holy Grail in his true form, God of Control. Yabaroth, who exists the mementos in the realm composed of the infinite archetypes that stated transcend time and space, and being on ideal forms that created concepts of being keen to consistently portray the platonic forms. So pretty much, yeah, that's his speed. That is his speed. So what I'm trying to say here, where do I scale him? He's out of Versal. I'm just going to be straight with you. He's out of Versal with an irrelevant speeds. Out of Versal with irrelevant speeds. His durability should even scale to his type potency, because he able to take attacks from these characters, especially Yabarala. Right? And his power before all going into Ren, right? He was splitting among defensive thieves as a fraction of it allow one Phantom to be completely unaffected by Yabaroth's strongest attack and raise of control. And he took attacks from Berserk, Sidoran, Lavinsa, Josie, and Takuto, with Azeroth and Adam, even when the latter was fused. He is stated to even gain a willpower imp to be unswayed by any opponent, and has the power that fuels Phantom Thieves. Yes. Oh shit. Oh man, I'm sorry about that. So what I'm saying is that his durability is out of Versal as well, because like it gives him a willpower imp. And I believe that in the series, correct me if I'm wrong, is that you need like strong will, rebellious willpower to even sustain all the damage you would take in the metaverse. So pretty much he cannot be unswayed by any opponent. And he even fuels the Phantom Thieves with his power. So pretty much his willpower is unrivaled. That's pretty much what I'm saying. His willpower is unrivaled. That's what I'm saying. So pretty much at the end of the day, I scale fucking Ren or Persona, or not Persona, what the fuck? Ren from Persona, aka Joker, to be out of Versal with irrelevant speeds. Out of Versal with irrelevant speeds. This guy is fucking insane. Insane. And also people pretty much he has invulnerability because pretty much with the omnipotent orb, it literally nullifies all attacks except Almighty. Yup. If you don't have Almighty to hurt him with, he pretty much nullifies all attacks, all of them, all of them. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, no big deal, right? No big deal. So pretty much that is going to be the end of the video, guys. Please let me know what you guys think about this. Is this crazy? Did you not know how powerful he was? And what do you think about Personas? Power scaling. Just let me know. Let me know. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy this video. And yeah, hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on anything else. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.